I try to fight.
It is what it is. It's fine if you bring it to right the camp.
There's two cats. No, I used to hustle anyway. There's two cats in high school.
This is the coldest fucking thing that's going on. He's the realest niggas out
You already know.
Like for real, like this.
God, I go off the mentality of the woman, and I know if I know my woman.
What, dummy?
Let's go. Welcome. This is the Smartest Dumb People, and I'm the host, Anthony, that dude Johnson. And always is gonna be somebody at this table with me. Today we got Dijon, Too Cold in the building. Listen, bro, I appreciate you for coming through, kid.
Appreciate you.
Listen, young artist. He's not just a rapper, he's an artist. Now we waiting on Kev to arrive, man. I couldn't hold y'all any longer. I had to start the show. Kev's supposed to be pulling up. He should have been here, man. He had to get himself together. Y'all know we don't go past 9. We start at 8. Let's get straight to it, man. How your week been, Dijon? Too cold.
It's been pretty cool for sure. Been working on some new stuff with my music. I'm excited to see that all get released and put out.
Well, let's check out an actual clip of one of your videos, man. It's pretty dope. Let me find it real quick. Let's watch this clip of his video, man. We'll be right back.
Too cold. When I started rapping, I called motion, I was chopping, gave my focus many times, I was cruising in a focus. We play with magic, you would think it's hocus pocus. Down on my ass, I'm feeling stuck, a nigga feeling boxing. I call you Brody, then it's such we forever locked. Then I'm spitting ill like I am hot, which I mean Hobson. On a vibe and now I'm shook, I can't shake it off. I need hella loot if I'm gon' pull this off. Bottom of the barrel, how I pulled this off. But like 1982 when I just pulled this off. Damn twos, foes and nines, grip the pistol, grip the iron. You gotta clutch, stop from down, I'm full of clutch, get back to 9. You out of luck, you step to mine, we leaving stucky. Frozen time, I'm dropping bombs inside these lines. Laying mines, grenades, and C4. I'm fly as a bird, but not a seagull. I drop my phone inside the ocean, it ain't safe proof. Catching flights inside the field, but no, I do not see proof. Feel like Timmy out the cosmos, gotta wonder you go poof. Niggas feel like 50 Cent and see that they ain't bulletproof. Off the top, I feel like juice, give me one.
All right, Dijon, that's the actual clip of you rapping, man. And I gotta start off by saying, you mentioned Hobson in that. You listen to Hobson?
A lot, actually, yeah. I used to go to recite all of Bill Mine when I was like 13,
Really?
yeah.
One of my favorite songs of his is I want to say where he's talking about the Bible and shit. What song?
Ill My 9.
Yes,
Yeah.
where he talking about the Bible. He kind of changed my perspective on the Bible. You know, because
so.
like a lot of people feel that way. I think Hobson dope. Have you ever listened to NF?
Yeah, I like NF.
Yeah, NF is hard. Hobson, Eminem, those are like my favorite. That ain't like talking hood shit. I'm talking about like they talk about mental health. They talk about depression. They talk about anxiety. Things that we need to be rapping about anyway. Real shit. So what made you get into rapping?
So honestly, I've been rapping since I was a kid. Always something musically, dancing. I was dancing around the house when I was a kid. My mom and dad would always be like, "Hey, slow down a little bit." But for me, like my ADHD, the way I expressed myself was movement. And like now I'm moving now, but my brother, when I went to visit back home, I'm from Indiana, and so I went and visited back home, and my brother pretty much told me, he's like, you got two options, bro. He was like, you can either stay in the streets, or he was like, you can just go ahead and actually do something that you're good at. He's like, you got a talent, and he was like, why not show the world? And then I came back to Iowa, and I was here for a couple weeks, and I ended up getting a phone call at like 4 o'clock in the morning that he got shot and killed.
Oh, shit.
And then ever since that day, I was literally just like, everything that I want to do, I want to make sure that I'm doing it to the best of my ability. I want to make sure that every step that I'm taking is the right step to leave the legacy that I know I'm meant to leave.
Well, I want to say this, man. How I met him, he was actually in the studio next door, and he walked by my studio and was like, "Hey, man, I just want to check out this. This is dope." I let him in. He was chopping it up with me for a minute. I was right away. I was like, "This young brother's sharp." And I was like, I want to invite you on the show, man. I would love to have you come through. And I want to say, it's people like you, it's young men like you that I want to discuss things with, and I want to give game to, because like we need more leaders, bro.
Oh.
And you got the right mentality, because you're not out here trying to prove how hood you are, nothing like that. And like I said, maybe your energy, my energy, you gravitated to me and wanted to come check out the studio. But I like how you carry yourself, man. And how old are you?
I'm 22.
22 years old.
Yeah.
See, my son is 21 years old, man. He's a quiet dude. But like I said, I just knew your energy was right, and you got the right attitude. What else do you do as far as when it comes to artistry?
So I do right. So right now I kind of do my own producing. So most of the music I make is on BandLab actually. I really be doing it off my phone. I'm trying to link up with a few of like different producers and engineers that's in the area and stuff. That's Luz, who I was at the other day, and I was just checking out what he did. But I mean, other than that, I play the piano and the drums a little bit. Not much, nothing really. I'm just an artist for real. I songwrite a lot. I do a lot of ghostwriting.
Do you do poetry?
Kinda. I do spoken words, but like rather than poetry.
I think spoken word is poetry, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It's a little bit different just because like there's certain things that go into spoken words that you can't do when you're like a poetry slam. So like that's like the only difference though. But yeah, I write spoken words, not poetry.
I always wanted to do spoken word. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like spoken word is from emotion.
Facts, yeah.
And passion. So I always wanted to do that. And you said you was also a painter?
Yeah, actually, me and a buddy of mine own a painting company. It's called Color Blockers.
So y'all paint houses, rooms?
Yeah, so we do residential, commercial. So we do like big buildings, like industrial buildings. We paint those. We paint houses, rooms.
How could they find you if they needed some paint work done?
Only thing they got to do, look, Facebook right now, Color Blockers. Look us up. We on there. Send us a message on there, or you can text the phone number that's on there as well, or give us a call. We'll definitely reach back out to you.
That's what's up, man. But before we get to these topics in the show, I want to let everybody know, man, we doing a little remodeling at the Smartest Dumb People. I got my first Facebook check today. And I'm officially $65 richer. $65 richer. My bank account ain't negative no more. I got about $4 in my bank account, so Facebook is actually paying your boy. I'm monetized, so I appreciate that, Facebook. So let's get to the show, man. I really was hoping Kev would be walking in the door any minute here, so I didn't really want to start too much. So have you ever put out an actual album?
So I don't have an album out yet. I have an EP. So like
what's an EP?
So pretty much so what I refer to as an episode before an album. So pretty much it's like 4 to 5 songs, and they're about like a minute to 2 minutes a piece. And then it's like I don't know. People say a collective. I think a collective of music to me is like an album or bigger. So like if it's an album like an album deluxe, that's what like a collection is. But people call it a collection too. But it's just like a little brief summary before you drop the album. Pretty much is what you do it for.
All right, so I guess we're going to get to the show, man. Make sure y'all like and share. Make sure you like and share. Let's get to the show, man. First topic. T.O. comes out and says he was done wrong by black women when he was young. This is going to be a tough topic to tackle. I really was hoping Kev walked through the door so we can discuss it with him, man. But let's watch the clip of what T.O. said. We'll have the discussion. Let's see here. Matter of fact, I can't do that yet. We got to make sure we pay the sponsors. Shout out to Glitter Bombs. They specialize in personal gifts. They specialize in T-shirts, tumblers, cake pops, chocolate strawberries. They can make anything you can think of for birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, for anything. Shout out to Sea Moss Lady. She sells sea moss, the best sea moss in town. It's got 92 minerals that we do not get in regular water and food. You need sea moss. It'll help your hair growth. It'll help you with your stamina. It helps you with your energy. It'll help you. It helps you. Let's watch the video. So again, shop the Glitter Bombs. They specialize in personal gifts, parties. They sell T-shirts. They got tumblers. They got strawberries. They got candy grapes. Shout out to Moss Lady. She got the best sea moss in town, 92 minerals that our body needs. I want to give a huge shout out to Dijon and Ebony Davis. We would love for y'all to come to the couples scavenger hunt is happening October 28th, man. We're going to do a scavenger hunt. It's going to be a little bit like Amazing Race. I would love to see y'all there, man. It's going to be a dope time. Let's get to the show, man. I can't wait no longer for Kev. Kev really disappointed me, man. Let's see. Spencer Stoll, is that your boy?
Oh, yeah. What's happening, Spence?
All right, so let's get straight to it, man. T.O. came out with this video, man. He was talking to Chad Ochocinco, and he was talking about how he was done wrong by black women when he was young, and he just kind of sort of gravitated to other cultures, but people are treating him like he only liked white girls. Let's watch the actual clip. I'll be right back. Okay, I see the sound ain't playing. I don't know why. Let me see something. I got it. It's always one. It's always, you can't go too smooth for me. Okay, I see the sound ain't playing. I don't know why. Can't go too smooth for me. Let me pull that back up, bro. T.O. All right, we'll be right back with y'all.
My experiences with black women growing up wasn't so good. When I started dating white girls, my first experience with white girls is when I went to college. I tried to date some black girls when I was in college. They did not like me. I was skinny. I was strong.
Right.
I was teased from high school, even to college. I got teased for being dark skinned.
Damn,
So
they tease you, cuz?
Yeah. So there was a lot of self-esteem issues.
Right.
No, I'm being dead honest. So when I got my opportunity, when my first experience with a white girl, I'm like, okay, it wasn't bad, but that wasn't. I just totally gravitated to white girls after that.
Right.
That wasn't the situation. So again, my experiences with black and date the opposite color, opposite race. But for me now, where I am, it's not even about color. It's not even about race. For me, it's about somebody that I have some chemistry with, good energy, and I get a good vibe with. Right. That's where I am. Like I said, we all want somebody that's attractive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Aesthetics going to play a big part in it. Anybody that says, "Oh, well, I don't care what the person looks like," that's a lie. That's a lie. We all want somebody that we can roll over and wake up to. That's, you know what I mean? That looks pleasing to the eye. Everybody's as handsome as I am now. I didn't have it.
All right, man. That's the clip right there. That's the actual clip. I want to start by saying, because me and you was kind of having a conversation before the show started. I feel like the market for me when it came to, like, I was with somebody for 21 years. She was a black woman. I just happened to be dating a white lady at this moment, a white woman. But I feel like I kind of felt with me, the women that I liked, the black women that I was attracted to, they weren't into the things that I liked. Like a lot of them, like I'm not targeting a whole nation. I'm just saying the ones that I thought was attractive. They like did shit I didn't do, like go to clubs or smoke weed, or they did things that I didn't do. So like I was always one of those people that like there are certain things that I just would not go for. Even though I said let go of expectations when it comes to dating, there are certain things that I would not go for, and that's smoking weed. You know, because like it's a drug, and like a person that parties a lot. Like I don't want a person that has to be in a club at least 12 times a year. Like I get if a motherfucker want to go out and hang out or whatever the case may be, but it's just the girl that I wind up dating, it happened naturally. I didn't choose a white girl, didn't get rid of black women. It's like I said, the pool, when I was in the dating pool, the black women that I was into, like I was like, I mean, you sexy, but like you on social media twerking. Like I need a more wholesome. It was hard for me to find a wholesome one on social media, and that's the only way. And the dating life works on social media now. So the ones that I was attracted to, that got like a nice body or a pretty face, they was on fire. They showing their ass and shit like that. So I just knew that they weren't like wife material for me. So I just, like I said, I just saw them wind up meeting somebody that was perfect. When it came to like she had all of the features and a pretty face and a nice ass and things that I liked, she just happened to be white. So what's your opinion on what T.O. said?
So, I mean, I look at it like this. A lot of the times for me, the women that I've ever like talked to or dated or anything like that, I've compared them to the women that are in my family. So like if you, like my mom, my auntie, and my granny was pretty much the ones who kind of just raised me. So them being like strong, independent women, for all that, you gotta be strong, independent. I don't care if you're white, black, Mexican, or green. That don't matter to me. As long as you making sure that you bringing your half to the table, where there is, because to me, half and half, you know, like, I know a lot of people say that relationships don't work when it's like a black man and a black woman because of the fact that for them, the man is doing 90% of the work and the female is doing 10%. But when you break it down realistically, because that man is doing 90% and that woman's doing 10%, it's gonna equal out that 50, 50-50.
What black man you know? I ain't never heard of this shit till just now. Cause I feel the total opposite. Cause like I'll be upfront and honest. My kid's mom always made more money than me, and I mean she didn't do more than me. It was always like in relationships it's gonna be 50-50, 40-60, 70-30. 75-25. It's always going to be somebody's going to give and take more. It's always going to be all this. You make more here. You make more here. Perfect time to walk in, Kev. You look nice, man. You look nice. Like to show up. We talking about Terrell Owens, man. He came out with a video, basically, bro, talking about how the dating pool for him when he liked the black women that he liked didn't like him, basically.
Yeah, I heard that.
And he basically everybody's trying to make it seem like he only liked white women, and he's like, no, like. The women that I was attracted to wasn't attracted to me. They thought, I can say the same thing for myself, low key, bro. But I'm gonna get back to that point in a second. I'm gonna say the same thing for myself. Like a lot of black women looked at me like, "Oh, you don't smoke weed?" I'm like, "No." You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't go to the club? No. Oh, you corny? No, I'm fun. I got a lot of things that I do and other interests that you might be into or you might not be. Because like I said, my kid's mom put up with me for 21 years, so obviously I was doing something right. But the dating pool for me now, when it came to, we was just talking about it, the black women that I was attracted to, and this is not a target on our women because I love my queens, the queens that are doing right by our community and all of those things. But the ones that I was attracted to, they was into like men smoking weed, going to the club,
and I'm just they thought bad boys was in back then.
And like I'm telling you, motherfucker, look at me. When a motherfucker call me white, that shit is so insulting. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I'm just articulating myself right. I carry myself a certain type of way.
The cornballs, the goofballs. I was never that, but I was definitely a nerd. We're in now. You know what I'm saying? Because where did slanging and banging and smoking all that weed, where'd that get you? Working at McDonald's or hanging off the back of a deaf and ball truck or something? The nerds, the cornballs, the goofballs is doing something with their life. You know what I'm saying? And now they looking at us like, but you know what though? I got a rule now. No double backs. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't good, if I wasn't good enough back then, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to double back to me after you done gave all your good years to the motherfucking thugs, you know what I'm saying, all the cats that was out there being bad boys and riding you around on their rims and all that. But now y'all want to try to double back to them corny dudes that was trying to holler at you back then, but he wasn't walking around with a fat croaky sack.
This is a great segue for the next clip, which a black woman was saying that men her age, 30 and up, black men, they're not attractive and successful men. The only men that want to date her now is the thugs and the motherfuckers that ain't attractive. Let's watch the clip, man, and let's have a conversation. This is going to get real interesting.
So I want to talk about what I've noticed that's different about dating now on dating apps and just dating now compared to years ago, 10 years ago, right? 36 when I was, let's do 11 years when I was 25, right? So on dating apps and in person, there's way less black men that are interested in me. And a lot of my, girlfriends. Scratch that. Let me be specific. There's way less attractive, successful, eligible black men on dating apps and in person that ask me out on dates, right? I think there are way more unattractive, old black men and just hood niggas who are interested in black women. Most of the successful, in my experience and experience I know with my friends, most of the successful, attractive black men who have things going for themselves are not asking me out on dates. I'm talking about, let me also be even more specific, my age group, age appropriate, okay? Because 25-year-olds, 24-year-olds, 23-year-olds, they're asking me out all the time. And I go along with them. Ultimately, I don't want to date no 20-year-old. Well, not 20, but 25-year-old. I mean, maybe my soulmate is 25. I don't know. But I would prefer to date a man that's my age, in his 30s, established. I have my master's degree soon. You know, just someone that's around the same age and I'm connected to. Dating is different now. It's different now. It's definitely different. Most.
All right, so that's the actual clip, man. And I'm going to start by saying, right off the rip, I've been having this conversation for the last couple of days, and I want to get it out. Men age like fine wine, and women start very early young attractive. Like, once they grow these physical features that men don't have, these outside physical features like women do. Once they get those curves and the Coke bottle shape, they're starting to get looked at. At the age, the tender age, and I don't know pedophile shit, I'm just being honest with what men, this is going to sound weird, around 16, when the girl starts to form, she gets physically attractive to a man, naturally, just the natural instinct in a man. So she already starts early. I think with men, we mature way later on in life, because I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't really mature and hit my peak as far as in maturity until I was like 30. But then the features that I had, because I played sports, I still like kind of look like a stud. You know what I'm saying? I'm still hard bodied. Motherfuckers still think I'm sexy in a certain type of way. I think women, they kind of like, and this is no jab at nobody. I think with women, I think that they kind of like, they body change. You know what I'm saying? Like they body change. Now, it's going to be harder for them to get a man the later on in life because their body's changing. The titties start to sag a little bit. This is no jab at nobody. It's just the honest to God truth about how if you don't physically work out every day as a young woman to the age of, from the age of 30 to 50, because don't get me wrong, there's some very attractive 40-year-old women. I'm just saying that.
Now you ain't got to. In the age of plastic surgery and BBLs, you ain't got to work out.
But that shit weird though. So then they're cheating with that. Yeah. I'm not going to get surgery on my balls. I'm not going to get bigger balls to blend in with people. Right. Just go. I don't know what the answer is for women. I just think men age like fine. I'm waiting for the silver to kick in right now. You know what I'm saying? The salt and pepper. So it's going to look attractive on me, hopefully. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what's your opinion as far as in the woman coming out basically saying, I'll start with Dijon, the woman coming out basically saying that the older she got, the less options she had with men? Because I don't feel that way with men.
I'm not 30 years old, so I don't know up in that rank, but I will say from like what my grandma be telling me, she be saying that there's a lot of men that like aren't on her level that are in her age. My grandma's like 50 something. Mm-hmm. So she's got a lot of men she do feel like aren't even on the same pedestal as her, because nowadays what they want is the woman, like you were saying, with the BBLs and the fake titties. They don't care about no hard-working woman who's been working since she was literally like 16 years old, and now that she done got older, she got the gray hair and stuff, and she ain't out clubbing no more. She would just feel like men can't compare to what she's bringing to the table anymore.
I think that women at 50 need to just travel and live their life. Like,
I think there's a disparity because, and it comes full circle. Think about it. When females were younger, they talked to older guys, and they may have played with the younger guy in the schoolyard, but they was digging the older guys. And what's one of the biggest badges of honor for men? Mm-hmm. To have a younger woman. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But then once y'all starting to realize we really ain't got a whole lot in common. And we all done went through that. We done always looking at females. We probably go, nah, she too young. Or, holler at me in about 10 years or whatever. But that's really not what we need to be on. Me, myself, I'm not attracted to the BBL, all that fake stuff, because if you'll fake that, you'll fake your feelings. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that every woman out there with a BBL is fake. I promise you I'm not saying that.
Like to share.
Just one thing I'm saying, so I get with a woman that's maybe a little out of shape, because if she got her mind right, she got a good job, and she trying to move forward, I can work with that, because guess what? I ain't in the best shape, and if we get on the same page and get to moving forward, we can go to the gym together and knock that out.
Yeah. So let me read what Shavonda says. She said the way you carry yourself has a lot to do with who you attract. Usually the conversation is what keeps a conversation going after the looks catches someone's attention. So I don't like saying this because like I just happen to get lucky with what I was attracted to because like I said, my girl fit the criteria of what I was attracted to, which was she had a nice shape, you know what I'm saying, booty boot. But I said to people, like, let go of expectations. Like, get rid of the expectation of I'm gonna find a girl with a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? You might find a girl with a flat booty, but
She might be your soulmate.
She might be your soulmate.
Yep.
Just let go of the expectations. And like, there's people out there that's like, I want a motherfucker that got 2 cars. They gotta have at least no kids. They gotta that shit.
They
is
going
not
to the
really-
highest bidder then.
Yeah.
So it don't matter if it ain't me, it's the guy next to me.
Yeah.
That's why when I meet somebody, I don't tell them what I'm driving, where I work, how much I make. I want you to dig me for me. Now, if we go down that road and we get in deep enough, you gonna figure all that out. We gonna have that discussion. But I don't like to be one of them dudes that gotta try to impress you with what I got. If that's what impresses you, then I don't want you. Just like with a guy, a woman shouldn't want a guy that only wants a woman with a fat ass and some titties. He should want to know what's going on up here. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think back, if that's all you chasing, look at how many times either you done had kids with a woman with a fat ass, or you done got your heart broke by a woman with a fat ass, or you done got, had some foul shit happen to you chasing that, while the good woman over there who ain't got the fattest ass and the biggest titty, but her mind is right, but everybody's overlooking her.
Let's see what Brandy going in. Brandy, you feeling kind of bitter today, I see. She said, guys want to be a 10, but y'all nickels. I'm definitely 2 pennies if you rub them together. But let me tell you like this. This is another thing.
I see the points you're trying to make.
This is another thing. When I let go of expectations, and like I said, this is not a jab at my lady. I'm so in love with my lady. But when I let go of expectations because I did not want to, I'm just going to be upfront and honest. I did not want to be with a white woman. I just didn't. I had black children. I had black siblings. My whole family is black. This is the first piece of white I've had besides my auntie Jeanette, which married my uncle years ago.
You had your auntie? Wait,
I got an auntie, a white auntie named Jeanette that I love to death, that makes the best greens and the best macaroni and cheese you ever taste. So anyway, Julie is now my Aunt Jeanette. She is now somebody that I didn't know I would be with a white woman, but I just really fell in love, and she became my best friend because she's into she ain't into the shit that I like. She accepts the shit I like. We're not being combative. Like, I have to sit through a couple boring ass episodes of fucking what's the show where the house Big Brother. If I sit through a couple episodes of that shit, she'll watch a scary movie with me or do something that I like to do. It's compromise. So, but the expectation was let go. I had to get rid of the thought that I was going to find the black woman for me. I had to get rid of the thought that I was going to find a woman that has this amount of money or this kind of car. I'm not saying my baby don't have that. I'm just saying I got rid of expectations and just enjoyed the company.
First of all, let me just put something out there. First of all, that's nice and that's cute, but don't you let me catch no damn raisins in the potato salad.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. My baby is. I'm teaching. Listen, I'm teaching my baby how to cook. Like, trust me, it's a lot of work.
But you know that saying how as you get older, your standards get lowered. Now, some people might say that, or they might just change, or you might prioritize some things over other things. Like, for example, you're prioritizing a woman that's willing to accept you over a fat ass, whereas when you're 20-year-old...
my girl got a fat ass.
But I'm saying, but you prioritize... If she didn't, I bet you'd still be with us, what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Oh, damn.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Okay, I was going to say.
She's definitely watching.
Don't cut the lights off.
Hey, listen. But, all right, so...
But you see the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
I don't know if your standards lower as you prioritize other things. Like
That's true.
Back in the day, a woman might have just said, as long as he got a job, I'll take him. But what if he had a job, but he beat on you? What if he had a job, but he cheated on you and bringing you disease and stuff?
Like
so now
expectations.
I think you just maybe just prioritize some things over other things.
I'm gonna tell you, when you worded the way you worded it, that was a little weird and rude to anybody that takes my new philosophy. I said let go expectations. You said their expectations are lower.
I said no. I said some people they say. I said, have you heard that saying that as you get older, your expectations get lower? But I'm saying I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm saying I think your priorities just shift. I've heard people say when you get older and older and older, because after a while you hear them old ladies say, "Hey, look, I just accept a man to come home to me."
That's wild. That's wild. But I will say I just wanted a woman that I know would nurture my kids. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So that helped with the process and finding like, okay, I really like this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But my priorities have always been the same: is get money, take care of my family, and try to do the best I can to get the fuck out of these streets.
But they couldn't have been that way because you said you was chasing women in fat asses. So that at that
time,
I
was married for 21 years. I wasn't chasing women with fat asses.
So before you got married, you was not.
I had a woman with a fat ass.
Before you had a woman with a fat... Okay, so you just made my point for me then. That was a criteria back then.
It was still a criteria.
It's still a criteria? You won't look...
I'm not dating no flat booty.
Okay, but I'm saying, though, if all of a sudden you woke up one day and she had a flat booty, would that change how
I'll
you
be
feel
mad
about her?
enough.
Okay, but would that change how you feel about her?
We gotta go do some squats or something.
Man,
we go get a BBL.
All
then.
All right, y'all. If this station is no longer on here next week,
let's get to the next topic, man. This is perfect. This is a perfect segue because I also feel like they're feeding our culture toxicity. They're feeding our culture that we can't coexist in relationships. They're feeding our culture that black. We don't speak on like black excellence, black relationships like we need to. They're changing and shifting the movement. Let's watch a clip of a brother. His woman bought him an outfit and some shoes for his birthday, and this is how he responded, man. It's nuts. And this is what I'm saying. They're feeding us a certain type of criteria and culture.
So this is really all I'm getting for my birthday. A Nike tech suit, some t-shirts, and some white Air Force Ones. That's it.
I mean,
that's all I'm getting.
You really need this. Because the ones you have right now, you had them for a year.
Okay, whatever. I'm saying, but like, you didn't even spend much money on this. Like on your birthday, I got you Louis luggage on your birthday.
Okay.
Louis luggage. You know how much money that cost me?
I did spend a good amount, and I feel like it's without
that cost some bands. You didn't spend no good amount. You spent about, look, that's $220, $90, $100 for those. You spent about $350 on this.
Okay, so you're being ungrateful?
I'm not being ungrateful.
Because I do have
what I'm saying is,
for you for Christmas, and you're not
because of that Christmas talk. No, I'm saying my birthday and Christmas are two different things. They not the same thing. On your birthday, you got Louis luggage. So this is really.
All right, so that's the actual clip, man. I'm gonna be the first to say, show me, and this is tailored to me speaking up for my people. Show me, there might be some weird ass clips out there by other cultures doing this shit, but it ain't gonna be real. It's gonna be for views and likes. Yes. I feel like they push this agenda on our people, our black women and our black men, to be toxic to each other, to treat each other bad. Where's the thought that the gift counts? She bought him gifts, okay? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never been a gift giving person. That's like my biggest flaw. But I also was traumatized because I watched my ex spend a lot of money on gifts because that was her love language. So I was polar opposite. I'm gonna show you every day I love you and I'll get you flowers, I'll get you a car, I'll do little shit, but I'm not going out my way to go get you 5 pair of shoes, an Xbox. Like I'm not doing that. I'm gonna live within my means of your birthday.
Well, that's one of the things I was about to say. There's a couple things, some information we're missing. Like first of all, that she has kids that she got to support in addition to being with this man. You know what I'm saying? What kind of job does she have? What kind of income does she have? Like, I'll tell you, when I was with my ex, when I lived over there, you remember you met me, she made twice as much as me. So what kind of man would I be to make my woman struggle to pay half the bills, and I'm sitting on making all this? So I didn't make her pay half. She paid about a third. I made twice as much as her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. And I think it should be okay if it's the way around and the woman's making a lot of the money, then hey, maybe you should make your man struggle to pay half. Now, like you said, you made a good point about the love language. Maybe that's his love language, is showering her like that. But if your woman ain't in that bracket, you can't expect her to keep up with you, and that's not fair. Now, one other thing, if she says, well, I know he likes to get me nice things, and I like nice things, she got a whole 12 months to prepare for his birthday, don't she?
Who the fuck want to prepare for 12 months, man?
She can throw a little bit here, a little bit there.
If money ever, which money is the root of all ending relationships.
It's the biggest.
Yes, the biggest.
Problem,
But if you allow your woman, I'm trying to think how to word it without sounding stupid. So if your woman do anything for you for your birthday and you allow that to affect your relationship, that shit weird to me. Because like I said, I'm not into gifts. I'm not in love language. My ass, man. If he could, that's probably all she could afford. So and then you just said 12 months. Who the fuck? Why I got to plan your birthday for fucking 12 months?
If you know that, if for example, if you know there's something he liked, he wanted, and you can get it in 2 or 3 months, save all you like. For example, what if he wanted a pair of Rams and he wanted these bad? Go put them mugs on layaway and pay on them.
Let's see what D said. D said I agree with that they're feeding us poison and degrading, but we are accepting it as well. Yes, that's why we have these conversations, D, because I'm trying to get us to a point to understand, like, we see it, but is this what y'all feeding us for? Same way with Sexy Red. Me and him was talking about it. I really feel like we got to start speaking up and being advocates for the community when it comes to shit like this. Like I'm trying to show the side of maybe she didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? We could all watch that video.
That's what you need some more information. But what if you found out she did have it and she still spread a fraction of?
I wouldn't give a fuck if she had it. I don't want our women or our men to think that shit is acceptable to even blast a woman like that on social media.
But women will do that to guys all the time, though. Oh, you got it. You know what I'm saying? If we go cheap with them, I'm sitting here dressing in Louis and this, that, and the other, and we going out and you wearing, Ross special, and then I go get you a dress from Ross, but you see me head to toe Gucci'd out, then they're gonna definitely feel some type of way, and they're gonna be like, and I'm supposed to be your woman?
I feel like, the expectations for a lot of people nowadays is super high. If I feel like nowadays, if a man is dressing up and he flashy, then the woman automatically should be doing the exact same thing. I don't look at it like that. If my girl dripped out, I don't always gotta be dripped out every time she is. So for my birthdays and stuff like that, I tell her all the time, you don't gotta give me nothing. I don't want nothing from nobody type of thing, but I give and give and give type thing, especially to my girl. So I'm gonna give her everything that I got, even if she's not giving me nothing. Like, to me, I mean, I don't know. He's gonna be ungrateful in that video for sure. He's gonna be ungrateful. But I mean, it all just come out to like, is he out buying her Louis Vuitton, buying her Gucci, and she got the money to afford everything. Right. She just not spending that money on him.
Right. Nice little segue. We got two more topics I would love to tap in with. So Jay-Z, we changed the topics, man. I think we nailed that one. It's kind of a nice little segue. So Jay-Z comes out in the Kevin Hart special he did with Kevin Hart and basically said how his cousin asked him for $4,800, and he basically said no. You got to keep in mind Jay-Z is one of the 2%ers, which is a billionaire, and his cousin asked him for $4,800. Let's watch the clip, man, and we'll be right back with y'all.
From that space.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like you'll have people that where you come from, if you behave in a certain manner, it's not accustomed to where they are, right? Some people haven't evolved past 16. They still stuck in that place, but you evolving every year. Mm-hmm. So that may be a threat to them. Subconsciously or consciously, Kev acting funny because blah, blah, blah. You have to navigate that. Mm-hmm. You have cousins. You got to.
That live video still going.
It was still going on your computer.
No.
Our reset. It reset. We got a little too deep, man, because we're about to get even deeper.
Well, go ahead, run it to us then. Tell us where he was going.
We got to switch whole feed, man. That shit. It's something about
right
when we get too deep, dog.
We're not live right now?
Yeah, cut off.
It's back up. It's back up. Let's see. All right, let's see here. All right. I'm so frustrated because we back live. I don't know why Cox have been tripping.
Keep it going. Give it to us, man. What was he saying? What was the gist?
I don't know how it works. Is I can't because I don't want to give a dry conversation and shit. Let's see. Make sure we're still live, bro. All right, we back live. All right. So let's watch the clip again and get
from that space.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like you'll have people that where you come from, if you behave in a certain manner, it's not accustomed to where they are, right? Some people haven't evolved past 16. They still stuck in that place, but you evolving every year. Mm-hmm. So that may be a threat to them. Subconsciously or consciously, Kev acting funny because blah, blah, blah. You have to navigate that. Mm-hmm. You have cousins. You got to go home for Thanksgiving and people are talking to you like Kevin Hart. And you going home for solace. You want family.
You're going home for peace of mind.
You're going home for peace of mind.
And they don't give you that
and your
because
cousins,
you're not
your cousins in your grandma's living room saying, yo, man, I got this, All
right, so that's the clip, man. I'm gonna be the first to say, I think Jay wrong. I think if you are part, this is how you know the game is rigged. If you part of the 2%ers and you can't afford to lose $4,800, which we know you got $1 million cars, and you can't even help your family member try to start a business with $4,800, then you're failing your family. That's just my opinion. Let's start with Dijon. Dijon. I got two Dijons in here, and it's confused me. What do you think, man?
So the biggest thing that I pride myself is that I know that like if I was to sign a deal, the first thing I do is make sure everybody that I care about is cool. So off bat, I don't agree with that at all. If you got especially Jay-Z, you got millions and billions of dollars. Man, you can't break somebody off $5,000. That just show that you lame, you corny.
They throw those in the strip club, but
can I say one? This might be another one we need a little information because what if when Jay did hit it big, he already broke cousin off, or he been feeding him and feeding him and feeding him, and ain't nothing spawning from that? Then what? At what point do he go, nah, B, you know, I don't, you know, what if he been keeping the books? Now, if this is his first time coming up and say, hey, Jay, I want to start this business, all I need is $4,800, you can charge me interest, I'll pay you back, whatever. He just like, nah,
I'm gonna keep it a bean.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it a bean. The dopest shit I ever heard, ever, and this might be informational for everybody. Cedric Entertainer said he had a trust fund, a fund set aside for his family, and it's like a bank almost. And he keeps $100,000 in there a year. And his cousins, he said he has his auntie and his sister handles the funds. Now he said if the cousin late on his rent and need a little loan for $700, he can go ask. But there's a limit. Now that's the dopest shit I ever heard, because if you put in standards, all right, the whole family, I can't take care of everybody. I'm only worth $5 million. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a $400,000 bank account aside for when Kev car go bad, he needs a loan.
I'm gonna tell you, no, I'm gonna give you one doper than that. Remember when Tracy McGrady first got signed?
What'd he do?
With the Raptors? You know what he did? He went, took his signing bonus. I think it was one of the biggest ones back then. I remember the exact amount, but this is what he did. He got his whole family, cousins, aunties.
No, that was Kevin Garnett.
No, I think it was Tracy McGrady. He got everybody together and he said, look, he took his signing bonus. He ain't got his first check from the NBA. He took his signing bonus, took a big chunk of it, and said, look, he had a big family. I'm about to set everybody down, but you got to sign this paper right here. I don't know if it was like $50,000, $100,000. I'm going to give you this check or this cash, but you got to sign right here. I don't care what you do with it. You want to get a financial planner, I can help you with that, but do what you want. But you ain't going to never, ever, ever, ever ask me for another dime, or you going to be in breach of contract.
Yeah.
And that way, look, you know not to ever ask. And he gave him a nice piece of change. It wasn't like no $10,000. It was like it was like 50 or 100 or something. He said everybody took a big chunk of his signing bonus and broke everybody off. You know what I'm saying? And said, hey, go with the grace. That's the best way to do it. Because then, look, I didn't ask you. Nobody told you to mismanage your money. You could have put it in the bank and saved it for a rainy day. You could have started your business then. And that's why with that Jay-Z clip, we didn't look at
why not? All right, so why not? So in the situation with Jay-Z, the Jay-Z clip, like he has enough money to give the man a job to where he could afford something like that.
And see, by that, what if Jay-Z said, you know what, I can't give you $5,000, but I can give you a job making, and he's like, no, just give me the cheese.
I don't know. I know who Jordan Lucas is. Yeah. So have y'all heard his song Broski?
Yes. His new one.
Man, you gotta listen to it.
It's dope. It's dope.
He pretty much broke down. So it was like from his friend's perspective of like the way he rapped. So he pretty much broke down about how this dude was like, yeah, like I've been with you from the jump, like I ain't asked you for nothing. But now that we here, now that you got all this money, you famous and everything now, break me off with a couple $100,000. And Jordan Lucas pretty much in the video is like, you know, like why would I give you $100,000? You ain't even doing nothing for the $100,000. And the dude's pretty much like, this entire time, I ain't asked you for nothing. I didn't stay by your side. I stayed loyal to you. When we was back in the day, when we was renting a house, and like, you know, pretty much just talking about them as kids growing up. Like, I've been here, and now all of a sudden you can't rock with me. Like, so that's why, like, with that whole Jay-Z clip, I can't 100%, like I said, agree with it. But, like, after you said, like, how do you entirely know, then it's like, okay, that could for sure be a fact.
And what you're saying is valid, too, because you might have had somebody that kept the wolves off you. You might have had somebody that was doing stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that let you concentrate on your craft.
The money.
You know, or you might have just had some niggas that were just hanging around being an entourage. And I don't think you should pay nobody for that now. And what else was he doing? When he went on trips, wasn't his boy going? When he flying in and out of state, wasn't his boy going? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you don't owe nobody for being your friend. Now, that being said, if you is true boys, when I come up, we come up. Now, I'm not going to say that every time I get a check, I'm going to split it with you, 50-50 or 70-30. But if we boys and you been by my side, and there ain't no way I'm not going to look out for you. Because guess what? Whatever I'm doing, you might have inspired me. You might have said something and be like, that was dope. I'm going to put that in the lyric. Next thing you know. Now, because really, you could be like, hey, am I going to get a writer's fee? But like, man, put that in there, man. The streets is waiting on that. So it can go, it can be going either way. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I think that I'm gonna say I think we should talk about this before we get up out of here. I think that the game is rigged, there was a video that was posted by a dope show that everybody was tuned in to, and it's called Disjointed. And they basically posted a clip, and this show got canceled. And they're saying this is the reason why the show got canceled, because there's a cheat code. So let's watch the clip. The Game is Rigged is this clip called The Game is Rigged. Let's watch the clip. We'll be right back.
Done. I win.
Cheryl, it's not a race.
That's what losers say.
What is that?
The truth.
Every time a new baby is born, the Federal Reserve issues a secret birth certificate printed by a company called the American Bank. That way, the government can use people as currency to back the debt they have with the World Economic Forum, which owns the central banks of every nation on Earth. But the WEF is just a front for the Council on Foreign Relations, which masterminded the 9/11 attacks as a pretext to invade Iraq, take the oil, and install fast food chains to make people slow, fat, and easily abductable by the shape-shifting reptilian aliens it works with. Now, back in the 30s, FDR made a deal with these reptilians to exchange people for technology. That was the basis of the New Deal. But ever since, they've been slowly replacing all the world leaders to create a nuclear holocaust to make global warming real for their takeover. That's how they made up the Cold War, by sending Leica to space to bite Neil Armstrong while Kubrick was faking the moon landing. Now they're using satellite waves, contrails, and measles vaccines as mind control, and fluoridating the water to keep people's gold fillings intact so they can be sent back to, you guessed it, the Federal Reserve, where all the gold and birth certificates are stored by the real puppet master, the world monarch, who is himself only the servant of the all-seeing eye who controls everything in the world.
I was wrong. You do win.
That's the actual clip, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
She spit some heat in there. Some of that was done for the show, but a lot of that she spit some heat in there.
I had this conversation with my lady the other day, and I was like, I think the game is rigged. So we was driving by this lottery sign, and she was like, somebody won. I was like, so how do you know they won? She's like, they wanted to remain anonymous. That shit blew my mind, because I don't believe that. If I won $900 million, the world gonna know about it, because I'm gonna be out there spending with the newscast following me and everything. I don't believe that the game is real. I don't believe in lottery tickets. Charleston White came out and said the same thing, but I'm starting to believe that we're just told this, and we're putting in funds to something that ain't even real. And it's deeper than.
Why do you only get half of it?
It's deeper than the lottery too. I'm just saying, like, there's a higher being that I don't think human beings run this country. I do believe aliens do. I do, dog. That's why Mitch McConnell keep freezing up at the goddamn podium. Nobody cares. You know why nobody cares? We're so surface. We can't think past the fact that what we was talking about earlier today. Nobody gives a fuck about who won the lottery. We just know somebody won the lottery. But you gotta start looking into, okay, if they won the lottery, let them come out. Because like I said, word of mouth, somebody would know.
Yeah, but see, your family start coming up missing, you gonna start wishing, damn, I should have did this. You know what I'm saying? So they start ransoming off your kids and cousins and then all this, that, and the other. But I want to touch on one thing that she said is actual facts. I mean, 100%. That's what your social security number is. And your birth certificate. It is a guarantor that America will pay their debts. That's why they originally came out when we wanted to borrow money, and they said, and the other countries were like, well, what do you have? And that's when they issued the social security number, and we are all guaranteed. Did you hear about the dude that sued and got him and turned his social security number in and got paid $1 million? Oh, they said it where you can't do it no more. Now he's walking around with no social security number because he traded his in. He said, you know what? If you're gonna sit here and print a bond off of me, I want my money then.
What?
Yeah, that's how we originally was issued social security numbers, because they wanted to guarantee which basically is what? Another form of slavery.
Oh, I think we should drop the fucking mic on that.
Just saying, y'all.
Kev, you killed it today, man. You came in hot, kind of. Listen, I don't date with motherfuckers on colored people time, man. You know how I am about the show. Your ass is on colored people time today, talking about you got to get fly. You should have came in your goddamn workout. You could have came in your work outfit, man.
You didn't come in yours, and you went and got ready too. You put yourself together. Last thing I need is y'all like, man, then Kev was here funky in the mother. Yeah, you didn't want to let him hit that water on the way in.
Listen, hey guys, Now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends and Caucasians. Listen, this is the smartest dumb people. Dijon, give them your panhandles and how they can find you.
For sure, y'all can find me on all social media at the Real Dijon 2 Code, and on any streaming platform like Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, Dijon 2 Code.
I'm gonna make sure to drop his links under the chat in the smartest dumb people so y'all can check out his links. Kev, give them your panhandles. See, that's what
there ain't no
Kev don't got no social media, which is the strangest shit I've ever seen in 2023.
You want to get a hold of me? Walk up to me. Introduce yourself. I know how to shake your hand, meet a friend.
Okay. This is Smartest Dumb People. Anthony, that dude Johnson. Thank you, Kev, for coming through. I appreciate you, Dijon.
Appreciate you, dog.
I appreciate you,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
Y'all have a great, great night.
Hey, yo, what's up?